Hey everyone, it's Angus here. I just thought I'd make a video on how to find trending stocks using the stock screener that's built into TradingView. It's quite powerful and it seems to work pretty well. So I've made a few videos in the past on how to set up these headings, and so to find, I guess trending stocks with a bit of momentum, I'd just like to have it very simple. So I put in an EBITDA, a 90-day average volume, yearly performance, 3-month performance, monthly performance, weekly performance, the change percent from the previous day, the last price, and the rating. The ones that I'm really sort of more interested in is this 3 monthly and yearly, and then I use the average volume and the EBITDA perhaps to find better quality stocks. So you can do this on any market, and I'll just show you a few sort of little minor tricks that might be of slight interest to some people. So what I'll do is I'll start off with the Australian stock market. I trade across 6 or 7 different markets using interactive brokers. It allows you to trade a wide range of stocks, and the point of that is that I'll just show you how I can sort of pick between different markets and try and find the best stocks. So what I've done is I've got the Australian ASX market selected. I've got a 1-day time interval. I've got a 1-day candle up here, and all I'm doing is I'm just looking for stocks like this one that are trending left to right. And so what I'll do, I'm pretty sure this isn't allowed functionality, but I do this for fun anyway. So I'm going to say ASX stocks, and I'm just going to hit enter, and you can see now there's ASX stocks up there, and I'll show you the reason for that later. You can type whatever you like, and by the way. So I've got this line here, and what I want to do is I want to add some moving averages to it. So what I'm going to do is click on this. I'm going to type in moving averages. I'll go 1, 2, 3, and I'll close that. Now, what I want to do is I want to have, let's say, a medium or short, medium, and long-term moving average. So I'm going to make the length on this one, let's say, a 50-day. You might start off with a 20. You might do 20, 50, 100. I'm just going to do 50, 100, 200 because that's what a lot of people seem to look at. So I'm going to do the thing that I always do, which is green is good. I'm going to make it medium thickness so we can see it a bit better. And then I'm going to do orange for my 100-day one. It should be thick. I should do this at the same time rather than clicking it out. So that should be 100. And then I'm going to do my 200-day moving average. And I'm going to make him red. So as far as stocks trending, you always want to have the price, above all of these. And the best thing to do is have all the lines running in parallel quite nicely together. So the more parallel the lines are, the better it is. The closer the stock price is that sort of follows that 50-day moving average without getting too far away from the 200, it means that stock's likely to be in a slightly steadier incline. So I'm going to get rid of the price, the volume at the moment, because I'm not looking to which stocks to buy. I'm just looking at which stocks to filter. So I'm going to make that double. Right, so this now means that I've got my chart set up correctly. And so this is what I'm looking for. I'm looking for stocks like this Asia stock that runs in parallel. And I've got my watch list over here. So I'm just going to start it off by right-clicking on that and going Add to Watch List Asia. And you can see you can also hit Alt-W. So as you're going through these, you can just hit Alt-W and it does it quite quickly. So let's put him over there. And so that was just one that I started off on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through here and I'll show you how I filter it down. So I've currently got 2,048 matches. And what I want to do is I want to get down to a whole lot less. Before that, just for interest, if you want to save this template setup, you can literally click on this one here, go Save Indicator Template. Let's call it Moving Averages. So that way it's going to always be there and I don't have to go back and set it up each time. So if I switch to something else, like a different type of indicator, it's a different one, different setup that I use. I can literally click this, I can go down to Moving Averages, and I can click on that, and it puts it back to how it was before. So, that's just a quick way to save your setup. Right, so what I want to do now is I've got 2,000 stocks, and I want to try and get that down to about 20 each time I do this. So what I'll do is I'll click on Yearly Performance. I'm looking for stocks that have a consistent, nice upslope. So I'm going to make this 50. That takes me down to 422. I'm going to make this one 30. takes me down to 218. I'm going to make this one 10. That takes me down to 135. I'm going to make this one, say, 5. And that takes me down to 72. So I'm saying over a week it's got to have gone up 5%, monthly up 10%, 3 monthly up 30%, and yearly up 50%. I've still got too many, so I'm going to change my yearly to 100. That takes me down to 54. I want to try and find stocks that are, let's say above 10 cents. I don't really sort of want to get, into too many of these stocks like this one, 0.011. So let's say the minimum, let's even make a minimum of $1. Let's sort of go for better. Right? That's too few. So you can see I've got down to 3. So let's make it 0.1. Right, that gives me 31 stocks. So that's not too far off. So what I'll do is I might say, well, let's show me stocks where they've got reasonable volume. So let's say at least 100K. So that takes out the really thinly traded ones. It didn't take out too many there. And if I was buying this for my super fund, I might say only show me stocks where the EBITDA is over $1 million. So just for fun, if I do that, 1 million, just to see what happens, I'm down to 2. So let's go back to keeping that blank. And so I've got 29 matches. What I'll do is I'll sort by how much they've gone up over a year, and let's have a quick look through them. So Dow, it's doing really well at the moment, but it's too volatile. EM1, see how the lines are nice and parallel, but it's a long, long way away from those lines, so I might give him a skip as well. That one there, again, running fairly nicely at the moment, but a bit too far away from its lines. That one's not too bad. I'm going to be pretty brutal about this. That one there is running quite well, UOUL. Not great. Too far away. I like the look of that one. So you can see it's tried to push up quite high. It's obviously a stock that I've been looking at before, but I like how the lines are very, very parallel and they're moving apart slowly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit Alt-W and say he's been added. You can see, he's up 20% over a week, 100% over a month, 270% over 3 months, and, almost 450% over a year. IOU Pay, again, he's probably a bit too far away from his moving averages. That one's not bad, but a little bit lumpy. NVA, there's Technology. CRS doesn't look too bad. So I might hit Alt-W and add that one. Carnaby. I'm really sort of looking for the ones that have had a nice, long, consistent run up, as opposed to, sort of spiking at the last minute. So we've gone back to the start again. And so what I'll do now is I want to save my parameters that I put in here. So I'll go save screen as, I like to call them the same, so I'm just going to call it Angus Trending. So just as a reminder, I'm trying to find stocks that more meet this sort of pattern here. It's just nice and consistent, over a period of time. Ava's a little bit aggressive. CRS, I just don't sort of like the gap, so I might actually get rid of CRS. And if you want to get more stocks, then you just sort of reduce some of these parameters, like, up over 5% is quite bullish, so I might get rid of that one. So that gives me back 255. I've sorted by 1 year, so I'm just going to flick through a bit more quickly, just see if that reveals any others. So I'd probably have a look at that. You can see that he's sort of coming back down towards his 50-day moving average. Hopefully it might sort of rebound somewhere around there. But, just in general, it's sort of a nice left to right slope. So I might add PM8, Alt-W. Where he fell down, you can see he got screened out because he was down 14% over the week. And so that's his pullback there. I think that's the weekly value, if it is too. So sometimes that's a good opportunity to buy back in. He's had a good run throughout the year, and he's had a bit of a pullback. You can sort of see he goes in waves. So I'm hoping at some stage there'll be another upswing through there. UUL, it's going up pretty consistently at the moment. Yeah, that one there's probably not too bad, so I might add him. Bit Nano's going gangbusters at the moment. Over. Added over. IOU. Sort of stocks are pretty hard at the moment. E25, I like the look of that. Again, the reason why it didn't come in the scan before, as you can see, it's down for the week, so he's had a bit of a dip through there. House Technology is running well at the moment. I don't mind that CRS, but it's it feels like it doesn't have enough volume or something going through it. CNB, Carnaby Resources, that could be right. I'll add him. Afterpay is running well, so I'll add him. The reason why he didn't get in last scan is because it's at 3.3% for the week, not 5%, so that 5% was a bit too aggressive. Keep seeing this one on all my charts. He looks interesting. Like Handy had a really big day today before pulling back. That one there looks all right, nice and sort of steady. You can see how the lines are parallel. It's very much using that green 50-day moving average as support. EMV looks good. Add him in, and again you can see that it hasn't performed great this week, but overall it's had a very good run. EM2. So he's not bad, but I just don't like sort of how it did that big gap up just before that big sort of move before September. So I'm really looking for these nice sort of smooth left to right runners. Life looks alright, so we'll add him. Afterpay will be added. I've got that one. That one. Big run today, I think. He's up 20%. I reckon the next biggest float that'll occur is if Elon Musk floats his SpaceX. I think that'll be pretty interesting to watch to see how that one goes. Net wealth I've already got. So I'm back up the top of my list again. So I did some of those twice, but what I'll do is I'm now going to save this. So I want to save that setup. So I'm going to go save screens as Angus Trending. And I'm going to go here and I'm going to go US stocks. I'm going to hit enter. And the red is basically saying it couldn't find that stock. But as I said, it's interesting. See, I've got my ASX stocks heading and I've got my US stocks heading, and I'll show you why that's interesting in a minute. And so I'll change to the US stock market using these exact same parameters. And so I've got 138 matches. And so because I've got so many matches, I'll start off at the 100, the yearly 100 performance, but I might actually say here, only show me stocks where the average is 1 million, because it's such a much bigger market. And I might, just for the fun of it, show me only stocks where the EBITDA is greater than 1 million. So trying to find better quality stocks. And so I'm down to 25 matches now. And so Nautilus, I know Nautilus is quite good. Look at that beautiful chart. See how the lines are just perfectly, just running in parallel. So that's a stock that I really like, and I've certainly traded. Nautilus just basically makes stationary bikes and gym equipment and things like that. So I've added that with Alt W. Zoom has been running particularly well because of the whole coronavirus thing, so I'll add Zoom. Peloton's, again, another indoor bike manufacturer, bike company. I'll add that one. GRWG, I think, is a cannabis one. So again, yes, nice, perfect parallel lines. So these are much better, in my mind, much better quality companies than some of the ones on the Australian market, just because all these ones, have an EBITDA and, probably a much larger market cap. I'll add that one as well. Apps. ENPH is in Phase Energy, so again, quite nice and parallel. Purple, I think, is one of these mattress companies, so I'll add Purple. MTX, probably a little bit far away, but renewable fuels, so it's another one that I do like. Maxa, Maxa's space technology solutions, Earth imagery, so again, fairly nice, but I'm going to start getting really picky, and as always, I'll run out of time on this video. But you can start to see that if you have your options available for different markets, you can start to see that the US certainly does look like it's running a little bit better. So Square's payments, I'll add Square. Nvidia is brilliant. Just look how nicely those lines are running together. So I'll add Nvidia. TGV, again, nice sort of lines running in parallel. So I'll add that one. UMC, not much. Don't know this one. I've obviously looked at it before if I've added headings to it, but I'll skip him for now. Etsy, a little bit funky, but it looks like it could bounce off. That might be a good area there. What I'll do normally is, once I've got my, let's call it a short list, I'll then go through with something like an RSI. Like I don't tend to buy stocks if the RSI is greater than 70, and so I'll start to go through and filter them back out a bit. And so that was quite a quick look through that market. And so now what I'm going to do, just because no one ever looks at it, I might have a quick look at, say, Hong Kong. Again, it's a market that I can trade using interactive brokers. HIJ, where are you, Hong Kong? There we go. Do you want to save it? I'm going to go no. I'll just see how many we end up with. So I've got 24 by using these figures through here. So 100k EBITDA. There's basically no values in that one. So let's just have a quick look through these. So sorted by yearly performance. Oh, and I'll go up here and I'll say Hong Kong. Go enter. And so I've got 2 minutes left, so we'll just do it very quickly. So I like the look of that one. Don't know what it is, but fine. I know flat glass, I think some. I'm not sure if it's photovoltaic glass. There might be manufacturing or glass for solar panels, or if it's just a glass manufacturer. But I've definitely bought him a few times. Big construction company. He's had a big dip, but he's certainly come back. If you ignore that dip, he would have been quite good. 84.20. Bit too far away from his moving averages. He looks all right. So I'll go through and I'll have a read of what each one of these, what they all do. Now, I'd keep going through, but what I wanted to show you is this thing here, the reason why I've been adding these headings. You can see I've got ASX stocks, US stocks, and so if I turn around and go sort this by change percent, then you think that I've lost all my headings. So you can see these are the ones that are sort of growing better, and my headings are down the bottom. But the way that TradingView works is it remembers, your different sort orders. So you can go back and you can see very quickly which one was which. Anyway, I've got the 20-second countdown, so I hope that was useful, but it's just an easy way that I use to find stocks that are in a nice steady uptrend, and could be worth a better look. So thank you very much for listening as always, and hope it was useful. Thank you.